that great philosopher once said, I think it was Richard Pryor who once said, there's a good place for money in this world, it's in my pocket. So that's what he said many years ago. But we often say this radio show is the best radio show from Como to the Congo. And if you are from Fort Worth, you know where Como's at. And if you're part of the world, you should know where the Congo's at. But you know, Africa is a large continent. If you look at the continent of Africa, you will understand that they have put it into a diminutive form. Wait a minute, hold on. What kind of word are you using today? It's a small word. It's a small word, diminutive. So therefore what they do is they try to make Africa smaller than what it is. But we have to realize that Africa is a very large continent with various groups of people in this world. Among the various people in this world are Nigerians. People don't understand that Nigeria is more Nigerians in the world than it is Russians. Check it out. You didn't know that, did you? People always talk about Russia, and well, good reason we're talking about Russia in a war with Ukraine. But there are more Nigerians than it is Russians. And Nigeria has the economy that is booming with oil, but Nigeria is also a place that they are doing a lot of work in oil, and they're also doing a lot of work in money making. So that being said, this radio show podcast has left it open to people to come in to talk about what they're doing in the community. And that's the reason why we have Dr. Stephen McIntyre. Dr. Steve, what's going on, man?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming to the show, man. You know, it was quite a journey to get you here, but we got you here.
Yeah, it was the journey of the children of Israel.
Yeah, but you know, but you're going to tell us about.
But we got Moses.
Yeah, Moses.
And you.
No.
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes. Black Moses.
You came for us. You navigated us through the Red Sea.
That's it. So we navigated through the Red Sea and Airport Freeway to get you here.
Yeah.
So, you know, but, you know, we're talking about global wealth. And global wealth, I wanted to break that down to people to make them understand that, you know, Nigeria in Africa is a country and a continent that is booming with it's booming with potential. But most of all, we want to see how we can get this potential here. The Chinese obviously understand that potential because they're there now. But you know, tell us why you're here.
Okay, beautiful. I appreciate it. So I'm Dr. Stephen McIntyre. I started a business with $10, and we built a real estate asset worth hundreds of millions of dollars. We've since expanded to Dubai and the UK, and we started our expansion here in the US. In fact, here in Dallas, we're about acquiring our first 54-acre property. But the truth is that the subject of wealth and building wealth is something that is not taught in university. And I've realized that there is a systemic strategy to keep people poor, particularly people who are black. And we ourselves sometimes don't do anything about it. We just want to do the blame game. You know, the white man don't want me to be rich. But hey, what are you doing about it? Strategically, how are you thinking of owning? I was with Dr. Cheryl Action Jackson a couple of days ago, and she was showing me this lady. You know, she's a teenager, and she's the best in maths. She's doing so much stuff, and she said, we're proud of her. She's black, she's good, she's brilliant. And I said to Dr. Jackson, I said, are you teaching her how to own? It's not just good for her to be the best academically, she needs to own something. Bill Gates was smart when he was young, but you see, he was programmed to own, and eventually owned Microsoft, and we know how he became the richest man in the world. But a lot of the smart people in our community, are we teaching them to own? The other day I was in Tyler Perry's studio in Atlanta, and I said, this is what we need to think of: ownership, business. How do we own things? And when we begin to also own, we then need to think of passing that knowledge down. I want to see Oprah teach people how to build a media empire, not just for her to donate to charity. That's good. Nothing bad with that. Anybody can do that in America because even is a way of writing out your tax. But how about teaching how we got, build the wealth? And so we put together the Global Wealth Festival. We're starting here in Dallas, we're doing London, we're doing Dubai, and we're doing, of course, Nigeria and Lagos as well. And we're open to everybody. It's not just about blacks, Hispanics, white, everybody's open to come. One of the major conversations right now is inclusion. And one of the things I've been preaching to black folks all over the world is that if we're going to build wealth, right, we need to also learn how to partner with people from other culture, other race. We don't need that stereotype mindset that every white man doesn't like me, every white man doesn't want me to make money, he's racist. No, there are a lot of people willing to help you. Most of the money is with white people, and you're not going to put a gun on their head to give it to you. You have to understand how to offer value in exchange for the cash that you seek.
Okay, now that's great you're saying this. Now you have a large following, this international following.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself in Nigeria. How long have you been here in Dallas?
Okay, beautiful. Actually, I got it 2 weeks ago, but I've been doing business.
You live here in Dallas? Or?
Yes, we're about starting our estate here in Dallas, but I've been doing business in the US for about 8 years now, but on and off. But in Nigeria, we own one of the largest real estate development company. We're building 200 estates and 25,000 green and smart home with golf course, with polo club, and we're kind of changing that whole narrative of helping Africans as well to have asset, because when you look at the way the world works, when you talk about real wealth, you want to think of real estate. It's not just the way to make money, it's the way to retain money, it's the way to transfer money from one generation to the other.
Generational wealth.
Yeah, generational wealth. And I started our company 14 years ago with just $10. We're a digital marketing firm, and then 7 years ago we went to real estate, and we just kept expanding.
Now, we talk about generational wealth. Most people who have generational wealth that start off with $10, that means their father probably bankrolls them with a whole bunch of other money, right?
Yeah.
The Kennedy family, they've been passing money down from Joe Kennedy to President Kennedy to his kids and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
And then we have a mutual friend, Edward Opal. His father was a chief.
Wow.
So, was your father a chief?
No, unfortunately, my father
Neither was mine. So
my father was a businessman. His business had crumbled before I was even born. My mother was a civil servant, and she had to raise 5 kids with the little money she was earning. It was tough. I had to hawk electronic, done all types of business, started from ground up, and retired before we went.
Okay, now there are several tribes in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yoruba, Igbo.
Yes.
Which one are you?
I'm Yoruba.
Okay.
The Yoruba tribe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But we're all one.
We're all one. Yeah. That's Frankie Beverly said that. We're all one.
Yes.
Now, what can we do to make all of us one richer? What can we do? The mindset is the first step.
Yeah, the mindset is the first step. And for the mindset to work, we have to make the conversation about money, we have to democratize it. It has to become pop culture. Talking about how to build wealth has to become popular on radio, on TV. The same way we talk about sports, the same way because there are 4 ways to build wealth, right? To make money. You either have a job, or you're self-employed, or you're a business owner, or you're an investor. Now, what sometimes many of our culture is pushing our people to do is to leave being employed and to move to being self-employed. So if you play basketball, you're self-employed. If you're Michael Jordan, if you're, whoever.
Yeah, that's where you have to view yourself.
Yes.
Not that you play for a team, but
yes. If
you
play,
provided a service that the team is.
Yes, even if you play,
yes.
you're still self-employed.
Right.
You're a football player, you're self-employed. Now, unfortunately, if you are either an employee or a self-employed, you can never be rich till you die.
What you mean by that?
Yeah, so what that
You
means...
can never be rich.
Yes, you can. You can never. Because according to Warren Buffett, you will have to work till you die.
Ah.
Right? Because all your source of income is called active income. No passive. Real wealth is through passive income. And that only comes when you become a business owner. Business owner means you have a structure, and with or without you, your business can run. Or you become an investor. An investor, you don't even need to put any time. Just put in your money. Maybe you started buying Apple shares when it was just $2.
And you're not making any money now doing that now.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not working, but the shares keep going up,
right.
and you keep getting residual income. So we need to start teaching that. How do people begin to own business and put system into those businesses so they don't need to run it? How do people become investors? No businesses they need to invest in early, no assets they need to invest in early. And we don't talk about that. We only talk about it too. How do you get the best job in America? How do we get more black people in the good jobs in America? That's okay, there's nothing wrong with it. We then talk about, how do we make sure they are good athletes? They become LeBron James. But even Michael Jordan, after he retired, had to learn how to own a business.
That's right. Now, Michael Jordan retired a millionaire.
Yeah.
But he's still working, and now what is he? He's a billionaire.
Exactly.
So
he made more money being a business owner than even being the athlete.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he viewed himself when he was self-employed as an athlete, as a business as well.
Yes.
Because he made more money outside of basketball than he did playing basketball.
So we need to start teaching our people, because usually when you're self-employed, you buy a lot of cars, you're a hip-hop artist, you're an actor, you buy houses. Yes, those things are good, but they don't
make no money.
They don't make no money. They don't produce.
And you have to live somewhere.
Exactly. And you have to pay tax. You have to do all of that. So once that job stops bringing money, you're in trouble. No matter how much you're worth, until you've created sources of passive income that with or without your effort, money keep coming.
Okay. So now this Global Wealth Festival. Who's going to be here? And where's it going to be at?
Yeah, so we're having at Embassy Suite, Frisco, here in Dallas. So the convention center, the Frisco Convention Center. And we're going to be having...
Frisco Convention Center.
Yes.
I know some people up in Frisco.
Yes. So we're going to be having Grant Cardone, who is the keynote speaker. He's $8 billion. Grant Cardone.
That's the dude that's from what, Arkansas?
No, from Florida.
Florida.
Yes.
I know he had one of them southern accents and everything. I can hardly understand.
Yeah, maybe that's where he originally from. Yeah.
They got this nice office and everything.
Yes.
Waterfront and all that.
Yeah, he's $8 billion
How'd you meet him?
in real estate. I flew down from Nigeria. We are hungry for knowledge. We are hungry for knowledge.
You flew down there?
Yeah.
From Nigeria?
From Nigeria
to meet
a couple
him?
of years ago to meet him, yeah. And I attended a couple of his conferences. Because for me, one of the things I teach, and we need to teach our community, apprenticeship is how to build real wealth. If you want to make money, look for somebody who's already rich, learn under him or her, because they won't teach you on campus, they won't teach you in the university. You have all the degree as you like, you're not going to learn how to make money. Right? Until you look for somebody who has done it and say, hey, I want to learn under you. I want to understand the principles. Because if it were everywhere on the street, everybody would be rich. If how to make money, particularly generating passive income, is just readily available, we always have it. In fact, there's a system by the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. It's currently studied in Harvard University. So a young dude will start his career by coming under a higher successful entrepreneur. It will serve him or her for 7 years and then be released with some money to go start his own business. And this has led to the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. In fact, they are the wealthiest tribe in the whole of Africa, just using this model of apprenticeship. So I often do that when I want to make money to a level, I look for who has done it. I go learn from them. I pay to do it. I don't even ask for free. I use two models. Either I pay or I serve. So do I have some form of service I can provide for them? And then they begin to show me the pathway. So for me, I want to go big as well as we're expanding in the United States. So I said to myself, who is one of the biggest in the US when it comes to real estate? Grant Cardone, oh, easy. I joined his mentorship and came under his wings. So that, because yes, I'm successful in Nigeria, but the rules are different in America and other parts of the world. So you still need somebody ahead of you to learn from.
So in Nigeria, how are the rules different than they are in America?
So the rules are different because when it comes to acquisition of wealth, in Nigeria, you need real liquid cash. We don't run a credit system. We don't have
no credit.
We don't. So you want to buy a house, it's cash. You want to buy land, it's cash. Here, cash is bad. Credit is good. You build wealth here by understanding how the credit system works. But of course, you have to use the credit for asset. Unfortunately, again, that's another thing our people need to learn, because many of us have used the credit for bad stuff, for liabilities.
Yeah, buying stuff.
Buy a car, buy a house.
Depreciation.
Yeah, many people don't even know that a mortgage is not an asset; it's a liability. Your mortgage, except you're renting it out and it's cash producing, if you live in your mortgage, is a liability, it's not an asset.
Or unless you have equity in there.
Even the equity, except you know how to pull it out and use it for passive income. So one of the things I tell people is that, look, there's nothing wrong with taking a mortgage, but you need to know that if that mortgage is not bringing in money, cash flow is a liability. So you have to ask yourself, how do I get a mortgage that is able to produce cash flow, that I can rent it out and make some more money and then use it to fund where I live? So I would rather, for example, take a mortgage and in somewhere close to downtown, and get a tenant there, and the tenant see a single family home, for example, that's probably 2-story, renovate it, 1 floor for a separate family, middle floor is separate family, ground floor is separate family. That way I can make more money, right? What is coming from that, a portion of it goes into paying the mortgage for that property, and a portion of it goes into either taking a second mortgage where I now live. That way my tenant is paying for my mortgage. Now that makes sense.
Now, so you would have a house,
yeah,
and you live in that house, but
yeah,
you have other people live in the house and they pay.
Exactly. You could do that. Those are options we need to begin to think of if we're thinking of creating wealth.
Not creating wealth.
Yeah.
It's very creative.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Yeah.
So did you learn this from, where did you learn it from?
Yeah, I learned it from practicing, and of course from a lot of things I learned from Grant Cardone as well.
Okay, so I've watched some of your YouTube videos. How can they follow you on YouTube and social media?
Yeah, beautiful. I'm Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube. I'm big on TikTok as well.
You're on TikTok?
Yeah, I have. If I have a video that went viral, 10.8 million views.
Which one?
Don't buy this. Buy this. It was on real estate. I was saying, don't buy a Rolls
I'm gonna have
Royce.
to get off my Facebook.
I was like, don't buy a Rolls Royce, but I'll build it, and it just went viral.
I saw you on one of the social medias, you
Yeah.
were shooting guns and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
Hey, you want to hear that? Okay.
This is Texas.
I'm just letting you know, I saw it.
This is Texas. You have to learn how to shoot.
That was your first time shooting a gun.
Well, it was my first time, actually.
I told you this show gonna be laid back. I told you that.
Yeah.
We've been laid back for the last hour and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I love your show, actually. I've watched some of your
watched my show before.
I did.
Which show did you watch?
I went on your YouTube and I saw some of your interviews.
I saw one time you been on my YouTube. I can tell when people.
But I check it.
Yeah.
And I subscribe as well. I subscribe to your Twitter, your Instagram, your YouTube. I follow you around.
Okay, I saw you do it. All right, so hey, we're about to come up on 5:15. We're gonna do our 5:20 break at 5:15. We'll come back. Okay, so let's go ahead and play a couple of drops here. And next, hey, can we have you come back next week?
Yes, we're gonna be back.
Okay.
And still...
Okay, so next week we're gonna go ahead and expand the show a little bit more and talk on that.
Yeah.
Because I want to make this, and we're gonna do 5:20. Just letting you know ahead of time where we are. So what we want to do here on the Commish Radio Show, since we just do politics, we want to want to make sure that everyone is well-rounded. So we're having our global wealth series here. You kicked us off with that. So we're having some other folks come in to talk about global wealth. But you are first. We wanted to make sure that everyone understands that this radio show, as I've said often, the best radio show from Como to the Congo. So we're going to talk about the Congo. We're going to Nigeria as well. So we're going to stay on the West Coast because the West Coast is best. So that's it. That's it. West Coast is the best. West Coast is best. So we're going to go with the Congo and Nigeria.
Nice.
We may give our friends in Ethiopia some time too, but we stand on the West Coast.
I love that.
All right. Okay. We'll be right back.
Hello out there, my name is Byron Williams, former NFL player. I'm with the NFL Players Association, and when I'm not in the community, I'm listening to Mr. EdGrey, the Commish.
Men, you've been spending countless hours on YouTube searching for encouragement and empowerment. I want to give you the tool you need today. It's InTheHuddleOnDemand.com. Go to InTheHuddleOnDemand.com today for the encouragement and empowerment you've been searching for. You get a behind-the-scenes look of what's been going on within the Huddle. Go and check it out today.
I got John Crusoe. I got Maria.
This is John Crusoe, your Democratic candidate for District Attorney for Dallas County. Thank you to the Commish and EdGrey and the Commish Radio Show.
Give me two of those.
Who was that masked man? You mean you don't know? That wasn't the masked man. That was the Commish. Saturdays from 5 to 6 p.m.
We're going to bail out at 5:45. So we can have
Hey,
Dr.
this is
Stephen
Cheryl
to do us a
Smith, and
drop.
when I'm looking for news and information, I tune into
But
the
he's coming back next
on
week.
Saturday.
This is the last one.
This is the last one we're going to play with? Okay. This is the last one?
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey man, I like that flow. I like that flow. We got people in the audience. They sitting there listening to it too. You know, they thought they was gonna be on the outside, but you know, we're always on the inside when we talking about money. That's it. Mama say, "Come in out of the rain. It's too hot out there. Come on, let's make some money and let us make it all rain." So that's what we're doing right now. So making it rain with money and making it rain on with money. And you just gave us a vibe there about real estate. We talked about passive income and everything. We talked about our minds have to be reprogrammed, like a computer has to be reprogrammed in order for us to make it.
Absolutely.
So one of the things I really like those that you said, and it is a conditioning that Africans don't have that African Americans do have. We have a tendency to blame white folk for us not having things. You don't have that.
No.
Now talk to me about that.
I don't really, but I used to. I used to have the mindset of there's a conspiracy. An average white guy doesn't like me. But over time, I got to start reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, hosted him as well. A lot of these great guys were able to open my mind to realizing that my poverty, and we were poor growing up, really, really poor. In fact, I saw a water closet for the first time in my life at the age of 13 because where we were living, there was no electricity, there was no running water. So I've seen I know what poverty is about. At a higher level, you Americans don't know.
Well, let me go ahead and break it down because we have a lot of people from Oak Cliff that you just lost them. Because you said water closet. And I just want everyone to know water closet means bathroom, running water at your house. That's what that means. Okay, you got it now. You're not saying that. Because you was just lost. Okay. All right, so there you go. But it's ironic about that. Now, this is a point of discovery now for my brother. My brother who watches the show, that my grandmother in Virginia, she did not have running water in her house as well, and it was in the 1960s. So so this is that's not unusual in some places, but in Africa, you said that in Nigeria
it was quite normal growing up, and that was the level of poverty. But at the age of 17, I read a book that changed my life, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. and he's a Japanese American who also had to go through that journey of building wealth. And that opened me up that I have nobody to blame. It's just the process. Because I used to ask my mom, why are we poor? And she said, you know what? I didn't have a college degree, so my promotion at work was hampered. You must get a degree, and I got a degree.
What's your degree?
You know, microbiology, you know, and then later digital marketing, diploma in digital marketing. And I'm doing real estate at Harvard University as well. You know, so, but I then later realized, of course, by the time I
So you're a doctor for real, you're not like a doctor, a fake doctor.
No, I'm also honorary doctor.
I mean, because a lot of people start saying they doctors and they ain't doctors.
Well, I mean, I was given degrees and honorary degrees as well. I've got to 7. If I have like 3 coming as well. Because when you're successful,
they call you doctor. That's a black thing.
Different universities,
I know.
You know, begin to give you doctorate degrees.
Yeah, they do. You get you have a lot of money, so they give you. They do that, man. Anyway.
Well, so
you got all this money, they don't give you that. You give them an endowment, they say you come in there and you go like, what do you want? I have $1 million to give home. Dr. Stephen, never see. Have some water. You know, that kind of
Well, I think one of the things that universities are discovering is the fact that the formal education isn't really helping that much like it used to. The world is changing, and apprenticeship is even doing better. Somebody can go learn how to do a website and how to do cryptocurrency website, and he's making a lot more money than somebody who has a PhD or master's. Now you learn, you get a certification in security. Just it's 3-month course, you are earning more than somebody with master's and PhD. So the world is changing.
3-month course?
Yes, 3-month certification course. Now, a couple of
That's all it takes?
In the tech, in the tech sector. Will give you more money than several other sectors, even with masters and PhD now. So it's changing. Google, Apple, Facebook are saying they don't need your degree anymore. Come, you know, for you to work with them. Because they realize that sometimes the degree has changed your mindset by the time you're coming to their company, and they just want you fresh, and they groom you in their own system. They already have a system. That's why they call it Google Campus, Facebook Campus. It's like their own university that they've created. But not to lose the thought of my family story and how I got here. So I asked my mom, why are we poor? She said, we don't have a degree, so you go get a degree. And I got it. It took me 8 years instead of 4 years, because we used to have strike in Nigeria. And only for me to get the degree, there was no job. I wrote 100 CVs, not different companies. I even had a cover letter that said, don't pay me for 6 months until I prove my value in your organization, and nobody gave me a job.
Why? You said you'll work for free?
Because there was just no job. I mean,
how you gonna eat? You gonna work for free?
I was too desperate to even think about what I was gonna eat. The first thing is, let me get the job, right? And nobody gave me. So I had to, thank God I had started business on campus. So some of those businesses I started on campus, I just picked it up after campus. And today, we will build over $100 million in real estate assets.
So that was in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, that was in Nigeria. So the lesson there is the fact that degrees no longer determine how wealthy you are. They're good, you should have them. I have many of them, right, including Harvard now, right? But it's important that you focus on apprenticeship, mindset changing. Go look for somebody who's figured it out when it comes to the subject of making money, managing, and multiplying money. Learn from them. Either you serve them or you pay them. Many of us need to even change the kind of companies you're thinking of working for. Look for companies that you want to replicate what they've done, and go in there with a mindset that I want to create something like this one day. So I want to learn the process. But we have to start thinking ownership. We have to start thinking passive income.
Yep, that's what I think of when I say the Commish radio show. Let's own the show. That's how you guys got to it. Because y'all called first called the station, and she said, "I don't own the show."
Yeah.
You know, so that's it. I've had that happen to me several times. People called and said they wanted me terminated, say he doesn't work here. He owns what he puts out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So you're doing real estate.
Yeah.
So real estate. So you're doing international real estate or real estate here?
So we do international real estate. We're one of the biggest in Nigeria. We're also the largest black-owned brokerage firm in Dubai. That is
black-owned
brokerage.
So I understand this is going to be shown in Dubai. Is that true?
So yeah, the event is a tour. It's a 4-continent tour.
Okay.
We're starting with America, and we decided to choose Dallas.
Okay.
You know.
So some of this is going to be cut where people can see this at the conference.
Yeah, the event can be watched virtually all over the world,
Okay.
but physically it's starting with Dallas. Then physically we go to London, physically we go to Dubai, physically we go to Lagos, Nigeria. So, but we're starting with Dallas.
So when do you go to the other places?
So October 9th we're doing London, October 9th, and then October 14th and 15th we're doing Dubai. And then
How's the weather going to be in Dubai in October 14th?
October is already calm. It's a bit cooler
Cool.
than
So it's like what?
yeah, it's
85, 90 degrees?
no, it will be lower than that. It's probably around 70, 65.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then 29th to 30th of October, we're doing Lagos, Nigeria.
How's the weather going to be there?
Lagos is a bit better. You know, you have 50s. You know, Lagos is not as hot as Dubai. Yeah.
So I understand the last time, well, I understand that you interviewed the president of Nigeria.
Yeah,
In
so
Dubai.
I'm even hosting the former president of Nigeria in Dubai. We have a leadership conference in July. So I'm leaving Dallas. Our event is 16, 17, I'm out, because 20th to 22nd, we're hosting the former president of Nigeria in Dubai. It's a leadership conference. So I happen to have built a lot of role model in Nigeria and Africa. A lot of young people look up to me because unfortunately in Africa, when you see people who are nearly as rich as I am, they're in their 60s, 70s. So you don't have a lot of young people who are doing well.
Oh, you make me feel some kind of 70. I'm not 70 yet. I got to 60 point there.
Yeah, so a lot of young people are like, who can we look up to in terms of, you know, how do we navigate? So a lot of people you look up to me. So I then create a lot of stuff, you know, from conferences to events that can help shape and direct the direction of young people.
Okay, how's the economy doing in Nigeria? I understand how it's doing in
Not too
Dallas.
good. Not too
Not
good.
too good.
Not too good. The inflation is crazy.
What's the inflation right now?
Officially.
Officially. You say officially.
Inflation is.
I like it when you smile. You say officially. It's like it's going to be a lot more worse than that.
Yeah, definitely. Officially, it's 14 to 15%.
14 to 15%.
Yes,
I think
it's
is what
a
we're
lot
like
more.
8% here.
Yeah, it's a lot more than America. But unofficially, probably a lot more. We have over 40 million employed young people. You see why I had to, you know, do a lot of things differently, invest a lot in events that can create hope and direction in terms of, you know, that people can do it. You know, you have to just, and I think when you're young, all you need is hope.
Yeah, that's all you have a lot of times.
Exactly.
Because you don't have no money.
Exactly. You gotta have hope, and so unfortunately, politicians.
Because that's what I was doing. I was hoping I could get some money.
Unfortunately, a lot of politicians kill the hope among young people, and I think when you're young, what we need to pump you with is hope, because you have the energy, and as long as you keep knocking at that door, it just has to open for you. For me, that's what I did. I kept knocking till it opened. And I'm still knocking. Honestly, still knocking. Because we intend to be in every country of the world.
So what do you expect to get out of the Dallas conference?
So for me is that we're entering to a new market. Why not start by giving back? You know, and that's my mindset, right? You don't want to come to Dallas and before you know, oh, we have this estate, come buy property from me, come do this, come do that. No. We want to invest in the people here. And it's cost us a lot to put the show together, and no matter what we already know we can't make back all that money. but it would be a good way to invest, to put into a city that we're intending to go big when it comes to real estate investment. So, and that's also the reason why we grew in Nigeria as well. Every community will put an estate, will give the youth job, will turn some of the young people to contractors, subcontractors who are able to provide things for us in that same community. So those are the models that has helped the company to grow as well.
Now, there are going to be some other people at this conference. Who's going to be at this conference?
So we have Dr. Cheryl Action Jackson. She's the founder of Minis Food Pantries, and they've given out over 20 million foods. And amazing woman. She's even going to anchor the events. We have Benicia Watson. Benicia is into real estate. She has a bank. The last quarter she did $105 million.
She has a bank?
Yeah.
What's the bank?
Basically, they give loan when it comes to real estate, investments and stuff. So she will be there. A young lady doing very well here in Dallas. We're having Kelly OG. She's into money market and quite young. So she's hopefully bringing a Gen Z generation to the event as well. And a couple of other people are coming. So we have a couple of other speakers who are coming.
Okay. Now, the other individuals you had, the singers, you had a couple of singers from Nigeria.
Yeah, so we're working on that because we're still working with the schedule, but most likely we'll have Davido. I know people want to hear that because he's big. So most likely we're gonna have Davido virtually join the conference.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's here in Dallas? Or?
Yes, here in Dallas. Yeah.
Okay. What time is the conference?
So the conference is 16th of July, Saturday. It starts from 9 a.m. Registration starts 8 a.m. Events start 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
How much is it?
We have tickets going from $500 and up. We also have a networking buffet dinner. We hope to see you there between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. So it's basically an opportunity to network with other business people. All the speakers are going to be there, just networking and connecting, because your network becomes your network.
That's what it takes a lot of times, network.
Yeah.
So it's $500.
Yeah.
And up.
Mm-hmm.
What's the highest up?
We have
the highest up is the person want to give. That's what up.
Yeah, sponsors. We have people who can come in as sponsors, and we're still open to having people sponsor the events. You'll be able to have a stand. You'll be able to also share your business opportunity on the stage as well.
Okay. All right. Okay. Man, this has been fast paced and everything.
Yeah.
So we covered a lot already.
Absolutely.
On this.
Absolutely.
I want to just ask you a couple other questions before because you've done a radio job before, haven't you?
Yes, I used to own a radio show.
See? I already know. So you can't get him with that one. You already know. See, if he was an attorney, he would be tight by that. They are always attorneys and judges, especially judges. You get one of these district judges, they get ripped. What do you mean? You be like, look, man,
calm down, chill,
man. Chill, man. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. You should drop. Yeah. So tell me about your radio show. You had a radio show, you own a radio station?
By the way, we're about buying a radio license and a bank license this year in Nigeria. But I used to run a radio show called the CEO Mentor Show.
Okay.
But I currently have 3 TV shows. One is political, by the way.
Okay.
It's called The Big Talk with DSA. Basically, young people able to engage people in politics and governance issues. Then I have one that focuses on wealth and money. It's called Investment Chat in the Rolls Royce. So I bring a lot of successful people who are in a roller and driving through the city in Dubai. Because I actually live more in Dubai now than even Nigeria. So we drive around the city. And
what more money in Dubai than you have in Nigeria?
No, I live there.
You live in Dubai?
In Dubai, than in Nigeria. But I shot.
So where are your homes at?
I shuttle between
Oh,
Dubai.
you I
shuttle between Dubai and Nigeria.
Oh,
but I still love more in Dubai because
hey, you just got a little place here in Dallas. Chill.
We're just about, you know,
when things get tight in Dubai and Nigeria, you say, I gotta go somewhere. They gotta never find me. I'm going to Oakland. Beckley, here I come. So yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so yes, it's called Investment Chart in a Rolls Royce. And
in a Rolls, yeah, I saw you in a Rolls Royce. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Gabe, you need to check them out, man. Check them out, man. Yeah, I'm glancing over there. That's where the camera's at, because Gabe's behind the camera. No, I'm not talking over there, but I had to be exactly. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, you chatting in the Rolls Royce. How many Rolls Royce you have?
I'm not really the.
Oh, you don't want to talk or you don't want to brag?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Don't brag, man. I got a pacer.
I'm the.
So you know, hey, I got two of them.
I'd rather brag on land, on real estate investment.
Well, do it. You got a couple of minutes, brag on
it. Because for me, I see Rolls Royce or whatever type of car, even private jets, they are logistic tools. And sometimes they're even business tools. I'm
going to remember that the next time my logistic tool needs some gas and it costs more than $5. I'll remember that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have a lot of radio shows and some more are coming as well.
Okay, okay. Well, all right. I think this is a good spot for us to go ahead and roll up. We're coming up on the 5:37 mark. Play a couple of drops and we get ready to do our radio drops. But keep in mind, folks, we want you to realize that this radio show does more than just political commentary, that we welcome businesses to come in, and we wanted to make sure that we started off. We always talk about being local, but acting globally. We live locally, but we think globally. So you couldn't think no more globally than having the Global Wealth Festival here in Dallas, Texas, and Frisco, Texas. You know, that's what we need to be at. We need to be in Frisco, Texas. What dates are they?
16th of July, 2022. Registration starts 8 a.m. Event starts 9 a.m.
All right. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I really love this. My audience on social media,
what they say?
They say they love you, man, that you're funny.
No,
right?
No, they didn't say that.
Yeah. It says, I love the interview, such a funny man.
Okay.
Right? They love you, man.
Well, hey, what they tell them, you know, I don't have that kind of money like you do, so so remind them that they could cash out me.
Wealth is not just about money.
I know that.
Somebody said,
but you got to start somewhere. And let's start there.
Somebody said, may you not be poor, that all you have is money. Right, so wealth is beyond money, but money is part of it, an important part of it as well.
Okay, I'm having so much fun with this.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's not a problem. Come back next week.
Yes, I'll be here.
Chill, and we will make some more money together.
Yes, I love that.
Okay,
I love the sound of money.
All right. Yeah, don't make no money, man. Don't make no sounds. Man. You got nickels and dimes. Real money don't make no sound. Don't make no. It's called wire transfers, bro.
They make no sound.
Don't make no sound. All right, man. We'll be back next week. Play some drops and we're out, man.
Hello out there. My name is Byron.
Wire transfers.
I love this.
It was fun. Association. When I'm not in the community, I'm listening to Mr. EdGrey and Commish.
Hi, this is Howard Scott from the Howard Scott Show.
All right, so we're going to just
Arlington, Texas, on Fishbowl Radio.
They're watching me do all this, and they're watching you do all that, and I think that's some time we can get ready to roll.
Yeah, guys, we love you.
See you guys next week.
Yes,
next week.
You guys love the man.
Next week.
Right, one day when I grow up, I want to have it all white, like
yeah, one day at a time.
All white,
Dr.
man.
Stephen, one day at a time.
All white, man.
One day at a time.
Clean. Love you guys. Bye bye.